No, not that one. Not that one. Oh, keep going. Okay. Good morning. Vic of Vic Saga 68 here with you. And this morning we are in Russia. And it is in St. Petersburg, Russia, which is kind of an interesting place to say the least. I've never been in a place where I didn't feel the spirits of past people as much. And I've got a niece who says that happens to her when she goes to Gettysburg battlefield. She feels that. And this is again, if you ever read Salisbury's 900 Days of the Siege of Leningrad is what it was called then. Now it's St. Petersburg. And it's along the Neva River. For 900 days they were starved, and about as well as rough a thing as ever has happened to our human beings by other human beings. And it's funny because in a hostel, and the young people behind the counter dealing, I mentioned this to them, and they were college kids from the Ural Mountains, and they had never. I told them about this book, 900 Days, expecting them to say, "Oh yeah." Instead, they said no, and I explained it. They said, "No, that never happened. That never happened." That's the same as saying the Holocaust didn't happen. It's like, wow. New leaders change history. Just change it, just wipe it all out, huh? At any rate, this is not a complaint thing here. This is just saying, just reporting. And this... So, taking finally a good look at the Hermitage and its glory and how it is. And this yard, I call it the yard, Hermitage yard, that was the scene of that 1917 gathering, and still think it's amazing that all that destruction and they didn't destroy that building. It's really, really great. So here's getting ready and going toward the entrance to the Hermitage, and there's something kind of funny because over to the left, there we are. Yeah. You see that? Those wonderful things? Yeah. And the reason for those is because on the left side here you can see is that's where the Neva is, the Neva River. And the level, if you go into the Hermitage and go downstairs to the restroom area, it's about the same level as the Neva River. And you won't be there long. You'll be coming rapidly back up. Little known things about places, right? At any rate, oh my God, they need plumbing, and so it goes. But it's a beautiful river. Now, something else though that is interesting about it. That's the Naval Department across there, and that's their announcement of it, the decor, and is that, for those students who didn't believe in there ever having been this 900 days, does it ever occur to them to wonder why there isn't any ducks, there's no geese, there's no migratory birds whatsoever in town? something interrupted the natural tendency of the migratory birds. It's like a whole, it's like 3 years of migratory birds got totally eaten. There's you always see these birds and what have you on any body of water in the world, it seems like. There's nothing on the Neva. Okay, we're in getting tickets now, and let's see. Gotta get upstairs. You'll have to pardon me. I'm going to kind of go rapid through this. Maybe after I check with this guy over here on the right will be he. Ground floor. Okay, so that'll work. Any rate, here we go. Let me shoot us right up those stairs. Is that beautiful? Okay. Now, again, my concern is painting and sculpture, and so woo, is this painting? Look at the incredible relationship between the actual three-dimensional relief work and the illusion of three dimension in the paintings, and so it's pretty impressive. But I'm looking for paintings, and I'm going to try to take us right down this hall and up. We're up on the second floor now, and whoops, it's just too beautiful to pass up. That's all inlaid. Okay. Flame grain right there, flame grain mahogany, and I guess you've got all sorts of inlaid wood, and so I'm trying not to be slowed down by that so much. I'm a painter. I want to see paintings at any. So there we go, and moving along down the hall, flying through here, get back over here. It's just amazing, though. You got to see this place. The second century that was, and more inlay, and then finally we get into the Rubens room. And does Rubens know how to do figures? Yeah, I'd say so. His figures are absolute masterpieces, and it's not just technically. That's the big deal. It's like, and I've never seen this painting before, of course, but it's a religious figure and extremely well done, and it's funny to say something is well done when it's about human expression, misses the whole point, kind of tries to steal the. Why don't I just shut up? Which is what I like to do when I look at them. I don't talk. Yeah. Again, my purpose in being here is to look at paintings and sculpture, and Rubens was such a master. Then there's this. This is not Rubens, but it's called the Bean King. The guy in the middle there. He won the bean, and it's a party, and you make a pie, and you put one bean in the pie, and when you cut the pie up and give everybody the pieces, then somebody gets a bean. He did. He got it. Any rate, I'd say my definition of great art is still that which reeks of humanity, and yeah, this one I think is all of that. It it definitely reeks of humanity and all the things that are human, and pretty darn good dog painting on the right too. But that's. I'm not going to even get into all sorts of names and who's at and what century and all that. That I'm an artist, okay, and so that's not as much interesting to me as it is to probably you and most people. And so, sorry. At any rate, I enjoy the reeking of humanity with all that's going on here. It is all of that. Look at that little devil kid, but there's also other little devils in here too, and they're not kids. But it is human. Well, I do like to not talk too much during a number of these views, but sometimes there's some things should be said. Possibly this, for example, masterpiece in terms of incredible technical facilities. Just and it's a great old master work, and the portraiture is just amazing. The light that's just put right here on his nose that then provides a springboard for that light to come right here against that dark, and a reasonably crisp edge so that that projects forward, all right, so that it doesn't get flattened. And yet you've also got reasonably crisp edges other place also, but not. Yeah, I mean, this is the main thing has to come forward. The white of the eye, it's like, yeah, it's white, but it's not a number one value. It's not the lightest light. Those eyes are recessed nicely. Even the highlights that has a highlight on it the eye stays in place, and it's just a beautiful thing. For me, the real answer is on the neck, because it just kind of is the whole system of what makes these work so well. And it's like right down there, and bring her down a little bit. Well, that is just great work. Skin tones, oh, for crying out loud! The blues and the rose madder and all the different skin tones in that, just amazing. And then right here, yeah, love this because you've got a crisp edge here comes forward, and it starts moving back on here, blurry, and hardly any dark to light contrast back here, because it's got to go way back. There's a lot that's coming forward. Goes clear on back, and then one crisp edge. That's it. Just that one. Not here, but just right there. Makes that whole neck come forward. What economy of means. And the same is true of fluid brush work. Just going around. And it's just a few strokes here and here and here. And it's like, just not much done. There it is. Okay, now we got it. It reminds me, again, I'll mention again, Andrew Wyeth does that same thing with his figures and his well, all great masters do, all right? You just put a few marks, and it makes you then believe that all the rest of it is is exactly that same. And yet it's just enough to get the job done. But, oh wow, this warmth, this warm color in here, rose madder. Look at this. And then the transition. Beautiful, beautiful. It's almost a stroke here. Not much, just a little. Really economical. Now, your standard illustrators will have, put a whole bunch of extra, and it's like the old masters just did a little bit to get the feeling across, and then move on to more matters of expression. Rembrandt is such a master at that, and that's the expressiveness that comes out, is that wow, the things that are really depicted and paid attention to are those things on a face or in a face that express the feeling, the mood of that person. And so that's what makes an old master an old master. Or a new master if they knew how to do this but it's it takes practice and study, and that's the objective of going to a good art school. A lot of people think you just go and paint. You're creative, right? You just go and create. I'm sorry. Now look at this brushwork. Oh wow. Look at that great brushwork going on. It's just, it's fluid. It's moving around. It's not tight. He's not getting every little detail. He puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white strokes in there, and then that's about it. It's like because of this, and this, we believe the whole thing is like that. Same as the old master Andrew Wyeth does that in his landscapes, and his figures too. He's a master. But economy of means. You just do a little bit, and you, I don't know. Some people say you trick the eye. Well, trick the eye, yeah, right. At any rate, okay. Where are we going? Oh, probably going in sculpture, but I think I'll move along here a little bit, if I can. Whoops, hard to. That one's nice, yeah. But look at these figures. Oh boy, I tell you, it's like, okay, this is it's not plaster. You think of a lot of things that are done like this, but they are like clay, and then you cast them in plaster and what have you, or cement. No, this is stone, a marble. It's marble, carved. And when I carve, the main thing is my stuff gets smaller and smaller, and I'm just amazed at what these people have done and how they do it. Hey, they're in the right place. They're where they should be. I've been noticing dogs on this dog sculpture, dog paintings. Gotta love a dog. And there's one connected with this one. Sorry, it's backlighted. Get around there. There we are. Okay, still backlighted. Lady and Dog, I'm calling it. Okay, but again, the expressiveness, the sensitivity, the humanness, the interaction between this loving dog. Look at this dog with his head and neck right up against the leg like they do. Oh, good. It isn't one thing, it's another. There we are. Okay, but look at that. And then look at that mouth. The little teeth. Oh my God, love this dog. Gotta love a dog. And as it goes down, then we see this incredible. Look at the foot. Look at the toes. Is that a beautiful little scene or what? And it's like, really, really great. So just the movement. It's like she's just almost has taken a step forward. It's just wow. Then there's a few others, and then I'll end up. So that's the one I was wanting to call your attention to. These three graces, I think they are. At any rate, again, to realize that is carved out of marble. One piece of marble, okay, no epoxy. They didn't build these up. It's like, wow, you have this one piece of stone, and to be able to bring out that form and those forms and all that delicateness, oh, for crying out loud, without breaking an arm. It's like, I say, when I work with stone, the main thing it does, it gets smaller. And that I can guarantee. Anyway, I am going to probably, for your sake, there's magnificent paintings here, but I want to, hey, this is my life. Yours, you gotta go to St. Petersburg. Okay, here's Rembrandt. Yep. And again, the phenomena of the Rembrandt is, to me, seeing the gazes from each of these people that are painted. That one, yeah. Let me do that again, a little bit more. Right, yeah. Just both from the Father and then all the people looking around just cause this whole concentration. I'll take that to be an uncle in the black hat to the right, but it's like just how do you paint that so contemplative? They are all doing this contemplate. I like the fact that one of the shoes is off because he's trying to get there so fast. Look at that. I love that face. It's deep in thought. It's like, whoa, and heavy with feeling. Yep. I've noticed other times when he paints. Okay, I am talking about my concern of being overwhelmed by this next painting. All right, and it's like, that's like the best painting. I've never seen this before, but it's a painting that has to do with, I guess, being a farm kid, growing up, and you find it. So I'll get us right there. That was kind of decent too. Good to see Cezanne alive and well, and it reminds me of Mount Saint Victoria, but I don't think it's that one. But Cezanne, as you might have heard at one point, Picasso and Juan Gray and George Braque, when they were young kids, talking about the master Cezanne, who was 30 years before them, 20, 30 years before them, that he worked with cubes and spheres. No, he doesn't work with cubes and spheres. He works with edge differences and light and dark contrast and some continuous diminution of the intensities as it moves back in space. But at any rate, those boys, Picasso and Gray and Braque, they knew that the people like really, really simple answers, and so it came up with. It was Cezanne who came up, who supposedly painted with cubes and spheres, and so they came up with Cubism. Did it take over the world? Yeah. Did it work for them? Have you ever heard of Picasso? Any rate, yeah. So on it goes. No, Cezanne looked and he did simplify some things, and he refined his view. He refined what he was looking at in terms of particular perceptions, and and then he painted using that system of his own personal perceptions. And again, economy of means and his own style developed, but not not spheres and cubes. He did not invent Cubism. Sorry, Pablo. At any rate, I'll get on with my world here. Let's see. Yeah, another great one. I've always really liked this one. I've seen variations where he does. I like to do that myself, where you're going through trees onto a landscape way back there. Do that a lot. It's just kind of how we see things. Seems like, again, Cezanne, nice job. But it's edges, crisp edges, and light and dark contrast, close, becoming less contrast as they move back, and the intensities. But he does these things though, which are kind of neat, and why he doesn't do a perfectly atmospheric spatial illusion through, as I said, that continuous diminution of an intensity. Here's an intense orange way back here. Is that great? Here's an intense little color right here, but just a little bitty guy. And so he plays with that. He plays with the system, and he doesn't. He's not has to be a slave to it. He creates with it, and just about the time. It's like most of it is a certain way, and then he plays within that, and it's just like a beautiful little passage right in here, huh? Yep. Any rate, Cezanne, great master in a whole nother way. Let's see here. Boom. We go along. Yep, and yeah, that one, the card player. I think he was a card player. He was certainly a smoker. All right, sooner or later we're going to go on to I'm talking. Yeah, this is where I'm wanting to get to. This one maybe. Hello, let's get it. There we are. Okay. I have never seen this one before, and it's like. Just yeah, this one makes me cry. This is the whole ball game here for me. As a farm kid, you raise these critters, and you raise them lovingly. You let them eat out of your hands, and you drink, and you use bottles of a nipple in order to raise them, give them vitamins, get them as well as you. And then comes the day when you got to take them to the sale barn. That kind of kills me, and it is what this to me is about. And again, humanity, yeah, reeks of humanity. Is that a good dog in that lower? Yeah, I love the relation. Oh man, the classic relationship between the dog and the cow. But any of these little drawings, these little places, it's just also the fact of these little critters who every time I see baby back ribs, right? Baby back ribs, nice price because they taste so good. Yeah, that's those little guys there, and it's haunting. It's yeah. If you're not a vegetarian, we all should be, but we're not. And look at this, and it knows. And the amazing thing also, it's just the sensitivity toward each of these critters by this artist. And also the horse in the background. The horse knows all. He's not going to be slaughtered, but boy, what a painting. At any rate, that that's about maybe enough for right now. And thanks for joining me in this little Hermitage trip. And you'll have to do it yourself and do it time after time. Now what you're seeing is a very little quick session. I can't remember how many times I went there during this week. And I had a 35 millimeter camera with me. I had the video camera, and I had something else too. I can't remember what. But I'd walk out, and as I'm walking back down Nevsky Prospect into going back, it was like my eyes hurt. It's like I had pain in my eyes from looking through the viewfinders and trying to get these things. And I'll have to do more on this. But thanks for joining me on this Vic Saga 68, and this there's so much in this, and there's so much in that city of St. Petersburg, kind of powerful. For me, I kind of avoided a lot of the tourist places and went the back streets, and again, walking alongside of all the canals, just so many things, but that's lots of other stories. And thanks for joining me on this relatively brief one. It may not seem like it to you, but comparatively speaking, it was. All right, have a good one. So